It's Genesis. I'm going all the way to the beginning. Genesis chapter 3, starting at verse 6. The very first part of the story. Can somebody give me some water, please? Genesis 6. There's a lot of dialogue. I want to get all of it. So, when the woman saw that the fruit of the tree was good for food and pleasing to the eye and also desirable for gaining wisdom. Thank you. She took some and ate it. She also gave some to her husband who was with her, and he ate it. Then the eyes of both of them were open, and they realized they were naked. So they sewed fig leaves together and made coverings for themselves. Then the man and his wife heard the sound of the Lord God as he was walking in the garden in the cool of the day, and they hid from the Lord God among the trees of the garden. But the Lord God called to the man, "Where are you?" He answered, "I heard you in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, so I hid." And he said, "Who told you that you were naked? Have you eaten from the tree that I commanded you not to eat from?" The man said, "The woman you put here with me, she gave me some fruit from the tree, and I ate it." Then the Lord God said to the woman, "What is this you have done?" The woman said, "The serpent deceived me, and I ate." Serpent says nothing. So the Lord God said to the serpent, "Because you have done this, cursed are you above all the livestock and all the wild animals. You will crawl on your belly and you will eat dust all the days of your life. And I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your offspring and hers. He will crush your head, and you will strike his heel." To the woman he said, "I will greatly increase your pains in childbearing. With pain you will give birth to children. Your desire will be for your husband, and he will rule over you." To Adam he said, "Because you listened to your wife and ate from the tree about which I commanded you, you must not eat of it. Cursed is the ground because of you. Through painful toil you will eat of it all the days of your life. It will produce thorns and thistles for you, and you will eat the plants of the field. By the sweat of your brow you will eat your food until you return to the ground, since from it you were taken. For dust you are, and to dust you will return." What do we have here? Stories of the beginning. And every culture around the world has a story about the beginning. It's a way for us to define reality. Nowadays, I'm in the business of defining reality, especially with my son. That's hot. Don't touch that. No matter what I do, he has to touch it. Defining reality. It's funny, even the simplest things that we take for granted, like this. My son would grab a stuffed animal and he'll kiss it. Then he'll come to me and kiss me. He doesn't know the difference between a stuffed animal and a person. And so he needs someone to come and define reality. It's when we answer the questions of life. How did we get here? Why is there suffering in the world? And what do we do about it? What is the meaning of life? What is our ultimate purpose? Those are questions that define reality. And the author here in Genesis is defining reality for us. He sets it up and says that in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. That's a pretty good foundation to start with. And if you don't know anything about the ancient Near Eastern culture, back in those times, they didn't have that foundation. They would say that there was a mass of things, and this God came out of this mass of things and then decided to create the earth and the people and all this. But the author of Genesis says, no, before God, there was nothing. He is ultimate reality. Ultimate reality. These other gods in the stories, you could trick them, you could challenge them, you can oppose them because they weren't necessarily ultimate reality. They would fight against each other. And when you read the stories, you kind of laugh like, this is supposed to be God having an affair? It's kind of weird. The author of Genesis is saying, no, gods are not like people. God is not like people. God is something totally and altogether different from us. And he's created this world. The mountains, the trees, the birds, the ocean, everything in it for us. But something happened. We messed up. We messed up big time. And that's what we get at in this passage. We get to Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve ate this fruit. Some people say it was an apple. I mean, apples don't even taste all that. I mean, I like to say it was a mango. You know. But it was fruit. Let's just say it was fruit. And you see here, she was tempted by this serpent. And the serpent in the story personifies, embodies Satan, evil. And the serpent painted the fruit in a particular light to tempt Eve. And it says that she looked at the fruit, and it says that she saw that it was good for food, pleasing to the eye, and desirable for gaining wisdom. Anytime you're tempted, you come up against those same things. Now, you're not really tempted to eat fruit. Most of us avoid fruit. We'd rather have a burger. But the same markers give you an anatomy, an analysis of temptation.